Hello everyone, hope you guys are doing great. This is your host Kavisha, and we are back again with another important personal finance topic to cover today. So without further ado, let's get into it. I've spent last 1.5 decades immersing myself into the field of finance and money. First through a degree in finance and then through a career in banking. And trust me, one of the most life-changing skills I have learned is to handle my own personal finances and to understand what are those bad money habits that are keeping me away from wealth creation. And in this video, we are going to talk about 9 bad money habits and how to break. The first bad money habit is paying yourself last. I first read about this concept in Robert Kiyosaki's book Rich Dad Poor Dad. He explains that there are two kinds of people. One is the poor mentality, in which we are paying ourselves the last. So, what we try to do is we pay our bills, our subscriptions, our rent ahead of everything else, and then our usual expenses. And if anything is left by the end of the month, that goes into our savings or investments. That is one kind of mentality. And then the other kind of mentality is the rich man's mentality, wherein you pay yourself the first 10%. It's like paying yourself, it's like treat it like a bill. You're paying yourself the first 10% and then going about doing the other expenses. A lot of people are worried that they are living paycheck to paycheck, so if they pay themselves first, they may not have anything to spend, but it's just the other way around. We got to structure our thinking in a way, and we will realize that once we park the first 10%, somehow the expenses will take care of yours. This is so important, and it guarantees that that 10% will be saved and not slip through your fingers no matter. Hey guys, if you're getting any value out of this video, please consider liking and subscribing if you've not done so that I can continue getting such great concepts to you. People don't realize how much they spend on that weekend out, watching that movie, eating out. Instead of paying yourself, you're making the others rich. So make this little tweak in your habits, pay yourself first, and then you will see the expenses will take care of themselves. This is key in setting yourself up for success. Make yourself rich before you start making others rich by spending money on debt. The second bad habit we are going to discuss today is bad debt. Looks like debt has become a norm these days. We use credit card to finance all our purchases, whether that be a small present, meal outside, or anything that we want to buy. It's a topic for another day where we discuss the benefits of using a credit card, but here when I talk about bad debt, I'm referring to spending that money that you don't have with you. I have a rule, I have a principle in my life that I pay cash for everything that I buy, even if it is using a credit card, but I'll pay it right away. So I use card to earn those points, but I have that money in my bank account, so I pay it right away. The bad debt here refers to spending the money that we don't have in our accounts. Understand this, that the companies, the banks, they thrive on you having a bad debt, you having a bad financial case, because that's how they make money. That's how they charge you higher rate of interest. Sometimes just go and get into the details and study that. Read about the details that when you are carrying over that credit card balance, how much are you being charged by the bank, and you'll be surprised. So understand this, try to pay cash as much as you can, and even if you're using a credit card, pay it right away so that you have a win-win situation here. You are making most of those points that the card companies gives you, but at the same time you have the money to sponsor that, so right away you pay it. Number 3 is not having an emergency fund. See, all of us, regardless of whatever status, whatever life stage we are into it, we need to have at least 3 to 6 months of emergency fund in case there would be a situation that arises that we need that. And this again ties back to my first point, which tells you how to build up that emergency fund is by keeping, by paying yourself first. Keep 10% away from your income, move it into your separate account the moment you get a paycheck. Slowly you will build up that 3 to 6 months of emergency fund. Some people call it emergency fund, some people call it stockpile. The idea is that in case there is an unforeseen event, you are prepared for that, at least in terms of finances. And knowing this, provides you a lot of mental peace, which is very much needed. So one must have 3 to 6 months of expenses in a separate account, which we call as emergency fund. Fourth bad money habit is not knowing what your income and your expenses are. Now, I may not mean that in literal terms, but what it means is that there is something called lifestyle inflation, which means when your income rises, your expenses rise too to match that increased income. Now, I find it very funny, crazy, intriguing at the same time, but that it is. So, what I try to do, and I know a lot of other successful people do, is maintain a budget tracker and try to visit it at least once every 3 months. So you kind of write it down. What are you making and what are your expenses? Whether that you can start with the major expenses, so you understand that where are you spending your money, and seeing things in black and white makes you realize how close or how far you are from your goal. In your mind, you might be thinking that you're making this much money, and it's a big number. You have no idea how fast the money is slipping out of your hands. So you need a budget tracker, and budgeting discipline, it's not it at least personally I have felt that it doesn't make you feel tightened. It rather frees you up, that that if you've budgeted certain amount for eating out, or certain amount for buying your clothes, or certain amount for certain other category, you are free. You can spend in that category that much amount without feeling any guilt, but at the same time you are not going overboard. I personally feel that seeing my income and my expenses in clear black and white. So personally, I maintain a spreadsheet in which I see how much is the incoming of my household, how we are spending in major categories like, you know, clothing, eating out, our bills, our payments, subscription ships, and that provides me a lot of comfort seeing that we are on the track. So you need to track that money. It gives you a lot of mental peace and a lot of confidence. In case you are going off somewhere, going south, you can recorrect uh, from there. In case you are doing good, you can give yourself a pat and continue to do that. So you can re-strategize, but to be able to do that, you need to track it. So just take care of it. Fifth bad habit is having expensive hobbies. A lot of people love to shop a lot, splurge a lot, and they call it retail therapy. Understand this, that the marketing companies, the social media companies, the multi-billionaire advertising companies, they love to tell us where we need to spend our money instead of saving. And next we have is focusing solely on saving. So there are two ways of making money. One is that you save money, and the other one is you make more money. Saving money will always have a cap, because you can save to a certain extent, because you have to take care of your day-to-day expenses, the bare minimum. So you can save only till a certain amount. But making money has no cap to it. It is limited by your own creativity. So the ideal scenario is a combination of both. Save more. So to truly make wealth, you need a combination of both of these. As I mentioned, that saving money has a cap to it, whereas making more money has no cap to it. There is unlimited upside potential. You could think about parking your money in this, investing your money in the stock market. You could think about a side hustle. You could ask for a pay rise. There are unlimited creative ways by which you can make more money. So you need to break your bad money habit by thinking that you can make massive wealth just by saving. The seventh bad money habit is paying too much in taxes. See, taxes are going to be your biggest expense lifelong. People pay so much in taxes without considering that there are legal ways to reduce your tax liability. So wealthy people understand the tax codes. They understand that how the power of knowing what the tax rules are can help them save a lot of taxes. They hire CPAs who tell them how to reduce their tax liability in the ways that are legal and approved by the government. So if you want to stay a step ahead in your wealth creation journey, you also need to understand these tax rules and understand how they stack up in your favor. It could be something like a Roth IRA account, wherein you do put in your post-tax dollars, but any increase on that investment can be taken out totally tax-free. Or your HSA, which is a triple tax advantaged account. You get pre-tax benefit, tax-free growth, and tax-free money taking out from that account. It could be something like a real estate, wherein you can show some depreciation in a legal way and try to reduce your tax liability. So if you do not understand these tax rules, take time to educate yourself, because saving on taxes is one of the biggest tool that you would learn. That brings me to a point that I wanted to make a video on taxes for a very long time. Let me know if you guys are interested, then I'll make a video and I'll post it. So let me know in the comments below if you want me to make that video. Guys, once again, if you're getting any value out of this video, please consider liking and subscribing so that I can bring more of such content to you. The eighth bad money habit is waiting too long is going to be the most important factor. So get some mentoring, get some education, see some videos. Let me know if you want, if you want answers to specific questions. Drop comments here, let me know. I want to help you in your financial journey. But the idea is start investing. Do not wait for so-called perfect time. Is the earliest day for it was yesterday, and the second earliest is today. Educate yourself, but do not hold back yourself from investing, because that is by far one of the best ways to make wealth in your wealth investment journey. And the last bad money habit is playing too safe, staying away from risk. Guys, I've understood this a little late in my life, that you need to take risk. There is risk, but there is fun in taking risks. So just get out there, educate yourself, make yourself aware about things, and start taking those baby steps. Start slow, but do start, and then stay consistent in your journey. You will have higher confidence when you have more knowledge about the subjects, when you're more clear about the fundamentals, and you are the most important person who can educate yourself. So just go out there, take those chances, educate yourself, and just get started. Let nothing stop you from educating and start investing. So those were my 9 tips. Let me know, how did you guys feel about it? Any questions or any comments, please let me know so that I can help you in your personal finance journey. Thank you very much for watching.